Alright, can everyone hear me? Okay. Just gonna do a dev blog real quick to kind of go over some changes today, and I want to show off um, some of the progress that's been made on the art. And to do that, I will go into. So you'll notice that I'm adding a lot more detail to the environments, although it's still following that same old pixel art style to it, but I'm trying to up my pixel art skills. I've simplified the floor in some places a little bit, in some locations like that. Probably one of the best places right now if you want to see like the most changes to the art, it would probably be in the first level at the moment because I'm in the process right now of going through each of the maps and making sure that all of them are up to standards for the art style that I'm going. And you'll notice now, you may notice like there's much more detail in the pillars, the walls. Like I have a different color crate now. The crates look different. They actually the crate was the first asset that I ever made for the game, and I just replaced it with a new crate, a new crate. But you'll you'll notice that like the 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 stairs, like the sides of the stairs, it's a little dark in this level. You'll notice that the sides of the stairs now line up, and there's none of that weird detail that I had before. Now it actually just looks like it's part of the level. You know what I mean? It's a lot more brought together, and I'm still working on this. This is still a work in progress because I want to touch up this wall um, texture. I want to make this maybe a little bit more detailed, or just kind of change how it's using the detail a bit so that I don't, I'm actually not I don't dislike this. I'm going to go through it and just touch it up so that it matches a little bit closer to the extra detailed versions of everything that you're pretty much seeing here. Now you'll notice like even this pillar piece now has kind of like there's more depth to it. So there's just overall like pretty much everything in the game uh, is getting both new art assets made for it and a facelift and extra detail here and there, a little bit of grime, a little bit here and there, like just to kind of bring things together and and help it look more detailed. Let me turn the lighting off, and you'll be able to kind of see that, like when you go through here and with the flashlight turned on, you'll really get a lot more detail in general, and it's a lot more atmospheric. This is going to get touched up, so it's going to be basically that wall texture, and this will be the next two things. So this guy and this guy. With that said, there's been a lot that has transpired, balance-wise, gameplay-wise. I haven't really done one of these things where I just talk about the development of the game for a while. But the game has progressed a lot. There's been just insane amounts of stuff. Um, just big patches, little patches. I'm about to release another patch right now. In fact, I have to test one more thing, and I figured just for fun I would show myself running around with some of the weapons, some of the much higher tier weapons, the stuff that you can't get unless you won't even be able to get this unless you do New Game Plus Plus because it's like Episode 3 level stuff, and it's full like legendary. I just need to do a test to test one thing about the uh, to make sure that the level progression is working still because I just made changes to it. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna go ahead. So my goal by the end of the month, well, not by the end of next month or by the end of this month. I meant by the middle of next month. I want to have pretty much the entire game arted out up to this level. So you're gonna see a lot more detail, like a lot more stuff. So the guns that you're seeing me hold right now, this is well the mini launcher you can get right now. legitimately. But the Hellish Double Barrel Shotgun, probably going to give it a name rather than just call it a Hellish Double Barrel Shotgun. I might call it like, you know, Eviscerator or something like that. Once the guns start getting stronger, they're not going to be called Flamethrower anymore. They're going to be called like Deathfire or some shit. I don't know. That's so metal. Hellish Submachine Gun, same thing. Probably these guns are going to start getting names. The Hellish Submachine Gun, you'll notice that it fires at a slightly slower, but I just noticed something really weird with the bullet cases. You're probably wondering why I'm just standing around. Well, the bullet cases are only flipping. Alright, I might have to... Well, it's a good thing I guess I was doing some testing. Robotic Red requested that the bullet cases would flip through the air. And I did that, but it turns out that the torque that I add to the bullet cases changes depending on what direction I'm facing, which is kind of weird. So I just need to be able to beat this level using these guns. So this is the Hellish Double Barrel Shotgun. Really powerful. Fires just a little bit slower. Projectiles are a little bit slower. You already saw this. The Hellish Howitzer is a 5-shot howitzer. And I usually end up being like a fan of the howitzer weapons, but when you pair howitzer up with marksman armor, it reduces the cone, so you end up with this gun that's just kind of ridiculous, honestly. But then again, all these guns are ridiculous. And I'm also playing on like the easiest mission in the game, so. I don't even think they can hurt me. Alright, so let's see. I have triple jump, so should be able to beat this pretty easy. It's pretty nice to be able to just like... You just touched him. I just touched him with the gun. I probably should have brought out like the Gatling laser and shit. Yeah, what am I doing with the laser cannon? I mean, the laser cannon is nice and all, but nowhere near as powerful. I just need to make sure that the mission will properly... I don't even... Yeah, these guys are completely incapable of hurting me right now. You see the way he started flipping through the air? Alright, I'll have to look into that right before I package this up, but I just gotta make sure... Okay. Looks like things are working. Just bring me into the next map. Alright. Just do it one more time. Just literally make the game look like it's stupid. You get a lot of people complaining that they can't dodge the enemy fire, but it's really not true. If you're moving, they can't hit you. See? mean, a couple of bullets might get through every once in a while, but if you're paying attention to the direction that they're firing at you from, you should be able to dodge pretty much every shot. I don't know how many enemies I have pissed off at me right now, but I'm gonna venture a guess and say it's a lot. It's kind of nice to be able to just run through this, being basically invincible. He hit me in the face with that. What a jerk. Oh, I'm out of fucking ammo. What'd I do? Yes, this is a pistol that fires rockets. I guess in the case of like the shotgun guy or maybe the mini gunner like catches you. And see, like those times when he was shooting me, it was pretty much my fault because I was standing in right there. Like, I don't know if it's really true when people complain that they can't dodge the shots or the bullets are moving too quick and stuff. They're really not. You can dodge them. In fact, if you couldn't dodge them, it would be basically impossible to beat the game. Which is actually something, I'm probably going to make another video where it just shows me, the highlights of the live stream that I did recently. I like this area, by the way. It ended up coming out pretty good, and it has art. I don't know. Yeah, and one of the feedback thingies saying that the howitzer was useless. Kinda. I don't know. It's pretty good if you use it right. I don't know. I guess I can't make every gun like super amazing. Ow. Enemies be gone. Grabbing loot. Okay, so I go out this way here. Except they all respawn. So when I release this patch, it'll have some bug fixes, some things in the way of like, oh yeah, there was a bug with blueprints that sucks, and basically if you grab a blueprint that was like lower quality than the one that you have, it would down level your current blueprint. I just fixed that. And yeah, with that you also get a visual update where I'm still in the process right now, but I'm going through all of the art and adding new art as well as grimying everything up. Grimying everything up so that it looks cooler. But I'm going to be going through each map by hand. And that's the thing, right? Like going through each map by hand. You'll notice, see this area right here. I recently, I just added some pillars. I added a little bit more to this room. And I should have done a video with the Warhammer or something. Get the fucking... Yeah, I gotta start naming these guns, man. The visuals have been changing a lot lately. Like, the game's just looking totally different now. Yeah, like, there's sort of like a metal thing going on here, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these yet. They might actually not change that much, but there's quite a bit of art that I want. I'm pretty much in a full-out art process at the moment, and so that's something to bring up actually. As I get closer to this, or once I finish this next patch that has art, like all the maps fully arted out, no more block meshes, no more, no more placeholder art. All the maps will have everything in place, like visually. I'm going to begin laying out the roadmap to getting the game out of early access, and this will be the first installation of the game. And additional installations will be free DLC. I'm not charging money. I just honestly, if possible, all I need to do is maybe find about 3,000 people who are willing to pay for the game. Which, I mean, is probably not that unrealistic. I've seen some games sell a lot more that didn't even have graphics and stuff. But with that said, the goal is to bring the game out of early access. That means I'm going to have the character creation, and that roadmap is going to involve a lot of the final touches to just getting the game into its most presentable state possible. And then from there, depending on how things go, with whatever marketing I can muster up, I'm going to begin looking to try and, I'm probably going to add another episode even if things go completely, even if it just bottoms out and I don't really sell anything at all. I still want to do at least the second, the Under Tunnels episode, and get that in place. But if things do go well, then I'll probably add all 4 of the planned episodes that I have in mind, which means going to Hell, and then Hellspire, the Death's Rise, which is the tower you keep seeing. Death's Rise is this. If you look off in the distance, you'll see it sometimes. You see that big tower up there? That's Death's Rise. It's a gigantic tower, with a huge number of floors that I'm gonna just and it's just gonna be really insanely hard, crazy over-the-top battles, where it's not gonna be this shoot a little bit, take cover kind of shit. It's gonna be monsters that chase you down and you have to keep moving kind of combat. I'm making this look so easy. This is not this easy normally. Usually people don't have guns that are this good, and they're not legendary. Everything is legendary right now. So I'm just what should I call the shotgun? What should I call the SMG? The hellish SMG? What should I call it? There's a whole bunch of guns like that. There's a hellish minigun. There's the game has fucking 69. Actually no, it's 70 plus guns now because I added these crossbows. And Jesus Christ, I made this look stupid. People are gonna watch this video and they'll be like, oh wow, alright, this game looks nice and easy. I think I'll just go ahead and I'll just try and stand next to that guy and let him shoot me in the face, but it won't matter. Like that's just not gonna have. Yeah, I feel sorry for anyone who tries to do that. That's probably not gonna work out for you. But anyway, like uh yeah, let's see. I got this hellish SMG. There's 70 plus guns in the game, and like I'm thinking that I just need to start coming up with cool fucking like hell names, so that it's instead of trying to like fit all this text, it'll just be like, you know, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Like I'll have to come up with cool names. If you guys have any ideas for cool names, let me know, and I'll probably start actually naming like the really god tier fucking. Well, I mean they're not god tier. They're upper mid range, like absolute, destructive, monstrous weapons that like make mini gunners melt. I upgraded my Icarus shotgun. Let's see. So you're looking at a character who's completely maxed out at level 10 with well, no, I mean not completely maxed out. This is just regular armor types, but all legendary, and I'm fighting level like low level monsters because I'm fighting the easiest mission in the game. So that's why they're all dying so easily. See how different this place looks? I don't know if you guys have seen like the way the game has looked in the past, right? Like this is a pretty big visual update already. I mean, I remember when these blocks just used to look. Actually, Zombie Doll looked at them and thought that was an error because it looked like a grid. They just looked like they just looked like, yeah, it was just like a perfectly square grid. Okay, so with all that said, I think the patch is good to go, except for the one thing with the velocity of the bullet cases, which I think I need to add 2 different vectors to those, and I'm only doing one right now, but I'm not really sure what the other one should be, right? Because would it be X or Z? Yaw, is it X, Y, Z? Yaw, pitch, roll. I did pitch. So I think it's this. Let's try this. Since I'm already doing it anyway, right? This is kind of funny too because it's like literally this was a request I saw just like I'm not really sure. It's 2000. Maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe what I need is this. I make this 2000. It's a lot of torque. Not sure why it would be roll. I like the way the yeah, if I'm going this direction, if I'm going that direction, it looks pretty good. Maybe I just have to do all 3. Can somebody with superior math skills explain to me why I'll see what Robotic Red thinks about that. So anyway, I know it's what it's doing. I mean, it's a random floating range. Maybe I have to. Yeah, actually, let's minimize this to like 10,000. So like, make this. See what happens if it's not capable of going much lower, and it's all three of them. Maybe that's what the problem was. All right, we could try that. I think that works. I think it works. So anyway, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this video. See you on D Live or see you on DTube and YouTube. And I probably won't do a live stream tonight, but I gotta try and get this build out. So once this builds out, if you're watching this video, then that means this patch was out. Stay tuned for more.